What are Kraken's thoughts on the 2022 Harley Davidson Premiere? Let's get cracking. Good moto morning. Welcome to another episode of Kraken's Garage. I'm your host Eric, and on Kraken's Garage we discuss all good things on 2 and 3 wheels, plus some scooter content from time to time. Today's episode is about the premiere of the 2022 Harley Davidsons that was debuted on YouTube yesterday, and I wasn't going to shoot a video on this, but I've had 3 or 4 people ask me to share my thoughts on it. So for brevity reasons, this is going to be super short and to the point. Let's go. First up, the Lowrider S. Got the gauges moved off the panel that was on the gas tank up to the handlebars. They went to a solo gauge. It is a analog and digital gauge, so it does provide the information. Yes, I agree with it should be up more in the line sight of the rider, but as an old school of rider of lowriders, I believe they should still be on the dash. So not a thumbs up or a thumbs down, a thumb sideways for me on that one. That gauge is a direct lift right out of the Fat Bob parts bins. I don't know this for a fact, but the rear end has been lifted up to 58 millimeters. That allowed for better quartering and lean angles. I think it needed that to make it more of a performance sport touring type bike. The big news of this entire premiere was the Lowrider ST, or Lowrider S Touring as they call it. Bags are super small on it. The right-hand bag is actually lifted up away from the mufflers, so it's even smaller than the left-hand side one. So when you're looking at the bike from the rear, it's a very odd, bizarre look to me. Although I understand why they did that, but if you're actually going to do some sport touring on this, you're going to need a rear rack and some sort of case on the back that you strap on to carry your gear, because don't rely on these bags, they're too small. That new FX fairing is killer. I absolutely love it. I have said for 2 years that they should have put that on the Sport Glide that they discontinued, or are going to discontinue this year, but they wound up putting it on the Lowrider S. I think styling wise they nailed it on that one. A radio will be available for that as an option in the parts and accessories as well, if that's your cup of tea. The Lowrider S and the ST will be probably one of their #1 selling bikes in 2022, in my humble opinion. Pricing structure on the base Lowrider S, $21,749. You have $500 freight plus a $600 surcharge, bringing it up to $22,849. Throw in taxes, tags, processing fee, and setup charges, which a good portion of that is fertilizer from the dealer. You're looking at a $25,000 bike. Now, if you go for the gray one, you have a bump in the price for the gray paint to $22,199 plus $500 freight plus $600 surcharge, brings it to $23,299. Taxes, tags, processing fee, and setup charges. That's a lot of coin. Again, I'll reiterate, they should have put this fairing on the Sport Glide that had the 107 in it. Keep it priced below $20,000 with the FX fairing and bags. That would have been a hit, but that's just my opinion. One other item on the Lowrider ST is they put the very small instrumentation cluster on that bike. 2 thumbs down on that. That's the worst gauging I think Harley has. The Lowrider could have had it on the dash like they did last year, let alone do something different. Maybe use that gauge from the Lowrider S, but they didn't. They chose to go with the absolute cheapest one in the parts bin. Terrible gauging. Performance baggers are where it's at for 2022 with Harley Davidson. They have the Street Glide Special and Road Glide Special ST, or I assume that's sport touring again. Thumbs down, there's no inverted forks on the front end. There was a lot of speculation based on some leaked photos that was going to happen. It did not. Öhlins has done a collab with Harley Davidson, and they premiered some Öhlins piggyback shocks in that premiere. No, they are not standard. They are optional through the parts and accessories at $1,449.95. And they got the 117 from the CVO. So you're getting into big money if you want to set up a true performance bagger, because your next step is the 131, and you're going to be into it for 40 large by the time you're done. So in the live stream and all the videos, and part of the reason why I didn't want to shoot this video is everybody's howling and crying foul that, gee, there's nothing new. Some new colors. Yes, CVO's got some new paint jobs. Yes, they have some new colors. Öhlins, you have performance baggers now, and you have the Lowrider ST. At the end of the day, that's about all of it. So those of you that are crying foul, there's not enough new stuff, pipe down. Harley is a master at marketing, and in sales, you have to keep the people wanting more. I didn't see a single person that wasn't screaming and howling for more in that in the live stream comments. So in the spirit of that, it is Kraken's official prediction you will see 2 or 3 more new bikes released before the model year 2022 is over. Don't forget, they're going to drop at least 1 or 2 Icon series. And there's some speculation on that. Ride Like a Pro, Jerry Palladino did a video on that. He has a affiliate that retired from the assembly line of Harley Davidson, and they were kicking around a couple of different bikes. It doesn't mean they're going to come to fruition, but it's a strong suggestion that it's on the table for discussion. One is a 1957 FLH, based off of the Heritage to make it look like Elvis's that was very popular in 1957. The other one is the original throwback to the very first Fat Boy in 1990. That seems like it's not exactly a throwback. Well, 1990 was 32 years ago. So we're getting old, folks. It'll be silver with yellow rockers, full fenders, and smaller wheels, etc. So I'll put a link to Jerry's video down below if you would like to watch that. It's very informative, so I think that's a strong, strong contender there. And it is also, finally, my last prediction is they will come out with another Sportster. They led with their best foot forward on the Sportster S and brought out the top of the line at 15 grand. I suspect you will see the other end of the spectrum, probably somewhere 11, 12-ish on an entry-level type Sportster, rocking the Revolution Max motor with a more cruiser riding position, more of a throwback to the original Sportster. So that's my unofficial prediction. This is very typical for Harley. This is how they play the game to develop hype. Hype is what sells, and people are buying into the hype. If you plan on buying a new Harley in 2022, brace yourself. It's going to be an expensive year to buy any of the Harleys this year. So with that said, there's my ghost dog, Bullet. He's here to remind me to wrap up this video. If you'd like to become a Patreon, the link is down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more in the future, hit that subscribe button right down there in the corner. And remember, folks, go riding. It's good for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.